Question 12 is, are you a drug dealer?
Shit ain't got activated. Saw the money ain't got activated. Saw the money ain't got activated. Saw that money ain't got activated. I saw that money ain't got activated.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna be doing a Q&A. So I put a poll up on my Instagram, or whatever you want to call it, to get some questions for you guys to answer in the video. You guys should follow me on Instagram so that you guys can be a part of stuff like this, and ask your questions. So we have 12 questions today. I'm gonna set a timer for 1 minute on each question, just because I tend to talk a lot, and I will literally talk on one subject. As I was saying, I will talk for literally 5 minutes by myself. So if the video seems like it cuts off randomly, it's because this camera for some reason will stop recording. It's very annoying, but we have to deal with it. Okay, so I had to switch cameras. That one was being a piece of junk. It's actually not the camera, it's the SD card. It doesn't process fast enough, and it like shuts the camera off, I guess. I don't know. So we're gonna start back out. So question 1 was, what does SLZ uncut mean? And that's a really good question. I feel like a lot of people probably think that and don't say anything, and I've had a lot of people ask me too. So what SLZ uncut means / stands for is, so like 3 or 4 years ago, I was young and dumb. I still am young and dumb, just I was young and dumber back then, and money hungry, trying to find the best way to become successful kind of thing, and saw this thing online. It was pretty much a pyramid scheme, come to find out, but so the gist of it was, like, I had to sell this stuff or whatever, and you had to have your own website, and your name of your website was supposed to be attracting people that wanted to make money, and it had to like involve yourself in it somehow too. So I came up with Stack Like Zach, because you're stacking money like Zach. Like, if you join me, you'll stack money like me. And so people kind of made fun of me for it a little bit, which I don't blame them at all. I would have made fun of me too. But I actually, believe it or not, I did make money off it, but it was one of those things where you had to put a ton of money in just to make any. And it was definitely a scam. So long story short, I made that website, so it kind of became a nickname. And then I hood stacked my truck, and then it became even more of a nickname. So Stack Like Zach kind of became something that was like, people would call me, I guess. Not like, I don't know, not like a nickname, but yeah, you get the gist. So, and then the uncut part, to me, when I made the name, uncut to me was me saying that my content or what I put out is uncut, meaning it's genuine. I'm not going to fake or try to act like any certain type of person. So that's pretty much the gist of the name. Next question was, how much power and torque does the Cummins make? I honestly couldn't tell you. Never had a dyno. Don't even really have anything to compare it to, because not a lot of people run the 47RE with the anteater, and with being able to tune the transmission, there's really just no way to compare it to anybody else's setup. It could be anywhere from 400 horsepower to 6. I have no idea. It feels like it makes a decent amount of power, but I don't know. It definitely needs a spool jet or a decent shot of nitrous, or maybe a little more air. But yeah, maybe in the future we'll find out how much power it makes. Really, I don't really care so much for dynos. I think a quarter mile time says everything. So maybe one day we'll take it to the track before the year's up and see how slow it is. Question 3. What are the plans with the Nissan, which is this right here? This is a 92 Nissan D21 pickup, hard body. Some people call them hard bodies. Some people call them pickups. Some people call them D21s. The plans for this beast is to be more of a beginner's drift car. This is new to me. This probably isn't the best vehicle to choose to learn how to drift in, because it has leaf spring suspension and it has front torsion bar suspension. You really run out of a lot of adjustment with it being a truck, and it being leaf spring as well. So I personally wouldn't suggest this as a first vehicle to learn how to drift in. I just like to be different, I guess. Not trying to sound like I'm over anybody, but I like doing the weird stuff that nobody likes. I like nobody would ever want to buy. Everyone wants a 240. Everyone wants, and don't get me wrong, I wanted a 240 too, and then I just got tired of looking for them because of the drift tax. But I'm glad that I did stick with something like this because it's different, and when it is done, and when it is running good, and when I start to learn how to shred, people are gonna respect it even more. Plus, the plans I have with this thing, it's gonna look killer. So. Let me get into what the actual question was. Okay, so you see what I mean when I say I get off track. Anyhow, so to the actual question. The plans for this thing are... Wait, I did kind of answer it. But, I guess mechanically wise I'll explain. So, right now, if you're not following along in the episodes, we have the whole rear suspension tore out of this. The diff is actually just... The axle is just sitting on these ramps, but the leaf springs and everything are out. We are fabbing up a pan-hard bar, a anti-wrap bar, and then we are cutting the bed out and running vertical shocks, so we got to make shock towers in the rear. And then I think we're going to go hard mount or like a polyurethane bushings all in the rear. And then the front, we got to cut all the bump stops out, get more angle. We are going to be doing a graphics slash livery kit on the truck. That's going to be like a reveal video. I've already got it all planned out. I just got to get everything made. And then my plan is to try to run it as much as I can this season and just get seat time, if not next season, and then maybe mid-season we will boost it. I don't want to add a bunch of power and complicate things now. I'd rather get seat time, see what needs to be improved, and then go from there. So that's the plans for the hard body as of right now. This one's kind of funny. It said, where did the Cummins go? The Cummins is behind this door right here. I would love to explain what's going on with it, but I feel like that would kind of give away the reasoning for why it's been gone. Don't expect anything huge. It's just things have been a little slow. So don't expect anything huge when it is revealed. Not revealed. I'm not going to call it a reveal, but when we make our next video about it, don't expect it to be like completely changed or anything. But there are some better upgrades, and the truck is going to look 100 times better with what we are doing. But yeah, that's where the Cummins has been. Big wheels or big tires, and why? See, I am extremely, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm not biased whatsoever. I like everything. I like all builds. I like lowered cars. I like camber cars. I like drift cars. I like drag cars. I like lifted trucks. I like lowered trucks. I like fast trucks. I like show trucks. I like everything. I do not play the favorite game. I don't hate on anybody else's builds. There are some builds that I think are dumber than others, yeah, just like anybody else, but I personally like everything. Now, if you're talking about my preference, like what I would do on my own vehicle, big tire or big rim over tire for sure, but it depends though. So if I had a four-wheel drive truck, depending on the truck, I might run a 15 by 14 bogger setup. Just because I think it's cool. But as far as two-wheel drive trucks and stuff, I don't really see the reason to put big, fat, knobby tires on a truck that's never going to be used to its capability for those tires. But in the future, we will have four-wheel drive trucks, and I do plan on doing like a bigger tire, kind of off-roady, but still street build in the future, so stay tuned for that. Would you ever sell the first gen? The answer to that is a big fat no. There's a lot of reasons why. One, I will never, ever, ever get anything close to the amount of money and labor. Number one being labor. I have hundreds, if not thousands of hours of labor in that truck. Doesn't mean that it's nice. I'm not saying it's nice. The truck is not perfect at all. It has dents. It has dings. It's got its problems. And I'll be the first to tell you that. the labor that is in the truck, if you saw the truck when I first got it, you would understand. It's came a long way. I mean, it has an completely new front clip. The rockers have been cut out because they're rotted out. New rockers have been welded in. The interior has been completely renovated. The only thing it doesn't have new is carpet. The engine and the transmission have both been on the truck. The engine's been resealed. It's got a trans swap. I mean, there's just I'm not going to go through everything. This isn't a build list. I just would never get my money out of the truck. And two, the truck is extremely sentimental to me. That truck is the reason why I started this channel. That truck is the reason why I have done anything, really, to be completely honest with you. I just could never see myself getting rid of it at all. So, no, I don't think any dollar amount could take it off my hands. I think I'd let it sit in a yard and rot before I ever sold it. Let's see, the 7th question. Why do you break everything you own? You know, that's a good question. Because send it, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not afraid to use the vehicles that I pay for to do what they're capable of. I don't know. See, a lot of my friends and a lot of people I know are always like so against abusing your vehicle. And it's just like, why not? Why not beat the shit out of it? Why not use it for what you got it for? I don't know. It depends, I guess. Everyone's different. People spend thousands of dollars on cars and they let them sit in their garage and they don't let them collect dust. It's fine with me. I'm just not that type of person. I use literally every vehicle I own to its max capability. I drive the crap out of the BMW. I use that thing as a truck. Literally, I've had 4 tires in it. I've had 4 rims and tires in it. I've had 3 BMX bikes in it and 3 people in it at the same time. I've had 3 snowboards and 3 people in it at the same time. I use the BMW to its absolute full capability. I beat the crap out of it. I really do. This, I've owned it for 2 months and I've literally abused it to its fullest capabilities. And everyone knows I abused the first gen. So, I don't know. It's just not in me to just not use the vehicle for what it is. And life's too short. You gotta have fun with what you got, and you live every day hoping not to break it or hoping not to scratch it, because it's gonna happen. Some dipshit in a Walmart parking lot is gonna ram his shopping cart into the door of your car, and I'd much rather be the one that damages my car than somebody else. So, what is your long-term goal for the first gen? It's a tough one. The first gen is never going to go anywhere, so I honestly see the first gen taking on many different roles. Right now it's a tow pig, it's transitioning into a tow pig because I need it. I need the truck right now. I have to work it. Eventually the truck may turn to a race truck. It'll never be full race truck. That's just not my style. I don't believe in gutting interiors and roll cages and stuff like that. That's just too much for me. I'd rather enjoy a car for all of its capabilities. I'd rather street drive it, stuff like that. So it will definitely get like a 5.9 common rail swap in it eventually, maybe a 6.7 common rail swap. That's definitely in the plans. Maybe solid axle swap it. I doubt that though. I'd probably just buy a 4-wheel drive one. Definitely a full paint job for sure. And yeah, I really can't say a whole lot on what my goals are for it because I see it being many different things in the future. So, where are you from? I am actually from Groveport, Ohio. It's where I've pretty much lived all my life. I lived in Marysville for 2 years or 3 years. But other than that, I've lived in Groveport all my life, so love it here. And yeah. Alright, this one's a good one. How did you start YouTube and why? So first I want to say, obviously I don't have a ton of subscribers and stuff like that, which means nothing to me. Actually we'll save that for a question later. But so long story short, I used to actually make fun of YouTube. Like, I used to tease my buddy Lucas, one of my really good friends, Lucas. I I used to tease him all the time when I first started working with him. Like, oh, all you do is watch YouTube mechanic, da da da. Like, I always tease him. I would tease a lot of people for watching YouTube. I just never watched it, never even, like, obviously I would look up, like, if I needed to figure something out, but I never was subscribed to channels or anything like that. And then one day, my buddy Lucas, this was years ago, was like, oh, you should, this Greg A guy that I watched just bought a first gen. Greg Alvarella, shout out to him. I'm sure a lot of you guys watch his channel as well. He's like, oh, he just bought a first gen, you should watch his video. So like, he showed me the video, and like we were kind of watching it together. And I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Like, this is pretty cool. So I went home and I started watching, and I subscribed to him. And ever since then, I think I want to say probably the same month or a month after I started a YouTube channel. Not because like I wanted to, like, a lot of people just like, oh, I need to make money, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, and it's really not that easy. Like, it's really not. Money never even crossed my mind when I started a YouTube channel. What made me start a YouTube channel was I was constantly working on my vehicles all the time, and I just never realized that people would actually want to watch that. Like, I didn't know that people would actually be interested in stuff I do. And after watching his videos, I was like, wow, like, I need to do this. Like, I'm going to start one. So I started a YouTube channel after that, and I do it because I love it. So shout out to Lucas. I'm sure Lucas never actually knew that. So if Lucas, if you're watching this, that's the truth. Oh, I started a YouTube channel because of you, bro. So question 11 says, it's not even really a question. It says, Cummins swap something, please, with a lot of ease. Soon. I actually have 2 definite Cummins swap builds planned for the future. One of them being probably sooner than the other, but it is most definitely going to happen. One of the Cummins swaps will involve the engine out of the first gen. So obviously if the engine comes out of the first gen, you already know what's going to go in the first gen. So Cummins swap definitely in the future, for sure. It's already being planned out, probably within the next year or so. And when I say year, I mean like next summer kind of deal. But we'll see. Really, we're out of space. Honestly, the driveway's full of cars, and I just don't have anywhere to put anything at this time. So once we found a shop, we will start on doing stuff I have planned. So I'm a very visionary person. Like, I probably have 15 builds in my head that I've already planned out on building. So you guys definitely have a lot in store once we get some space in hand. So this one is kind of funny because I've never had anybody ask me this before. But it says, question 12 is, are you a drug dealer? I wish I was, because I would probably have a lot more money than I do. I don't know why you think I'm a drug dealer. Maybe it's because I have a BMW with tinted windows. I feel like that's pretty stereotypical. Not cool, bro. But no, I'm not a drug dealer. Alright, so I know I said we were only doing 12 questions, but we have a bonus question that somebody actually asked me as I was filming this. So the question is, do you even work on your cars? And then it was followed up with, I think you do it for the clout. Do you actually enjoy working on them? So that was kind of like a double negative. Like, you said, you asked me if I actually work on my cars, and then you said, do I actually work on them for clout, or do I actually enjoy working on them? And when they say clout, I'm meaning, do I just work on them for YouTube in hopes to blow up, or do I actually enjoy it? So I'm going to go ahead and base it off of that. The answer to that question is, I genuinely do it because I love it. I won't lie to you, like, when I initially started my channel, I didn't really care about the subscribers and the views or whatever. Obviously, like, 6 months into it, I was kind of like, got a little bit down. I was like, man, it's not really working out. Like, I don't have anybody subscribing or anything. I got a little sad about it, but I was real inconsistent back then too. So over time, I kind of really grew to actually enjoy this. Like, I genuinely want to come home every day and, like, see what I can improve on a vehicle, see what I can do to make it better. I just enjoy working on cars. You can ask anybody. I spend every single day working on something. If I'm not out here, there's a reason why. It's usually a pretty big reason. That or my body just can't take anymore, because I usually will go to work at like 6 a.m. And then in the winter I'm working probably 55, 60 hours a week. Just depends. I work a ton of overtime in the winter time, but and then I come home and work on cars till 2 in the morning, and it's exhausting. And usually once a month my body will pick a day and just die. So I'm not actually capable of working on anything on those days. But other than that, I actually enjoy it. I do. I really do. So there's the answer to that question. But I think that's going to be it for this Q&A, guys. I really wanted this to be a video on the hard body, but we ran into a couple of hiccups trying to get those sorted out, and don't really have a ton of time to work on it right this second. So stay tuned for the next video. We will be back on this thing, hopefully getting it back together and getting it ready to rip. With that being said, guys, if you're new to the channel, I'm Zach. We like to do cool stuff here, and we're just chill, and we just like having a good time. So like I said, if you're new, like and subscribe. Leave a comment below what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next video, bro.